Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This Jaylee's Corner. Good morning or good afternoon. I don't know what time I'm going to upload this, okay? Either way it go. Happy Tuesday, okay? Happy Tuesday and stuff, okay? Now, look. Carlos Messy King, okay, round here interviewing folks as much as he do and come with all the mess and all the shady questions. I was like, if you want to address Kandi, just say that. If you want to shade Kandi, just say that. Okay? If you want to shade the group of Xscape, just say that. But I was like, watching this interview that this man did with Coko of SWV, I said, oh, these questions are so deliberately underhanded and shade filled and messy and petty and could have really got Coko all pulled into the mess of it all. Okay. Luckily, for the most part, she didn't feed into it. But Carlos, we see you for your dirty works. Okay, we see you for wanting to be messy. We see you for trying to say stuff without saying stuff. We see you trying to not say Kandi name. Okay, look, I know that in life, that everything has a price, everything has an answer that starts with a question. I still feel like Carlos is trying to shade Kandi without directly shading Kandi. But for me, I feel like I saw through the B of the S. Okay? Anywhere I go, I don't like it. I keep telling y'all I do not like anybody trying to cause division amongst two legendary groups, which is SW and the V and the X to the Scape. Okay, so the X to escape. Either way I go, Carlos, I am upset with you, yo messy so and so. And I know you from Detroit like I am. Okay, I'm born and raised here. You don't live here no more. We mad at you. Detroit is mad at you right now because you being messy for no reason. Okay, causing female drama and discourse and trying to make Coko say shady stuff and answer shady questions. Because some people who are asked questions will just be messy and be messy. But Coko said, I'm not going to be that messy. I'm not going to be that messy. I'm going to answer, but I'm not going to be that messy. Not today. I may be messy on my IG story sometimes, but I'm not going to be messy here on this interview. Not today. Because why interview Coko and ask her all the questions about Xscape? For what? Why you ask her not that question about after I look? The fact that there were rarely any questions directly about SW and the V, I'd be like, why am I here? Why am I here? And most of your questions is about a group I'm not in. Why are there no questions? Well, not many questions about me. He didn't get around to Coko until like the end of it. And that part I didn't care about. Not that I didn't care, but like when he was discussing her, how good she is, how good she has a bond with her son. Not that I don't care, but that's evident. Okay, you would have not their question for the out of all the messy questions, nothing. Anyway, let me recap what this fool was asking Coko up in his shoe closet. But first thing first, if you have not done so already, please take a moment to do what? Subscribe to my channel, become a whole JayBird. Dun. Okay. It's the thing to do. Y'all, it is 2:46 in the morning. I don't know how I have this much energy. I'm trying to force myself to have it to give y'all a good review, okay? But y'all know, subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, on Twitter, on TikTok, and stuff, okay? Like the video. Liking the video is free. You just hit the thumbs up button. That's it, okay? That's the best way to help YouTube share my stuff, okay? You want me to grow? If you want me to grow, hit the like button. If you want to be a hater, then don't. Are you a hater? If you don't hit the like button, you a hater. Okay, anyway. And y'all in the comment section. Also hit the little share button. Please make you. Now I'm here. Hey, but again, I told y'all it's 2:47 in the morning. Okay. I gotta take my lip. I'm in comfy clothes around the house, hair out. Okay? Anyway, because it's not about me. Don't judge me. Judge yourself. I'm comfy in my house at 2:47 in the morning. I'm playing. Anyway, do not forget also, okay, I reviewed some other stuff, but YouTube been acting funny. It's been having it to where if we be on live and it don't tell y'all we on live. So y'all may not know about my content I did on Monday. I did the Xscape review. That's up on my channel. Go watch it. I posted Taj's live. That's on my channel. Go watch it. We discussed Kandi speak on it. That's on my channel. Go watch it. And now we round here for Carlos's Bush. Be here and watch it. Anyway, so Carlos King, round here interviewing Coko. Now the title of his video was Exclusive Coko on Escaping the Drama. Friendship with Tasha is their tour. Would she do a season 2? Now look, Carlos is the old messy looky-loo, meaning he be looking for the mess. Okay? And he was looking for the mess with Coko. And Coko just did not feed into it how I thought she would have. I was almost like, Coko, girl, don't do it. Stay strong, Coko. But he was still around here shading Kandi, in my opinion, because most of the stuff he was asking, that's just how I took it. And we know that Kandi was asked in an interview last year about who it was. Was asked what was her issue with Carlos King. And she answered and said, I was upset with him because he attempted to steal my story for my group. And it pissed me off. And it made worldwide news. Bitch, I'm worldwide. It became worldwide news. Now, Carlos has never publicly responded to what Kandi said. Okay, and in my opinion, he did not do that because he know what he did, he can't defend it. Because if at any given time you tried to sell them lady stories and you knew them people, that was messy. Okay, but since then, Carlos never speaks on Kandi at all. Okay, he talks around Kandi. He talks around any show that she on. He never directly has addressed, spoken to, or about Kandi. If I don't even think, because one button. Oop, girl, Lord Jesus. Carlos around here reviewing Love After Lockup. Okay, reviewing Love After Lockup, but not reviewing the SWV Xscape show. You want to know why? Because he can't talk about Kandi. He know if he do, it's gonna be some foolishness, okay? And usually Carlos is all up in the Housewives of Atlanta, Housewives of Potomac, and all that stuff. Okay? But he ain't got nothing to say about Kandi in this show. Why? Because he feels guilty. Anyway, so the interview starts, and to me, the underlining targets of Carlos's question is Kandi or it's Xscape. I'm like, y'all ain't got in the end. When Kandi said, I'm gonna pop on screen now. When Kandi said, y'all around here talking about me, getting the hell out for me, I'm like, don't call me to do not net interview if you're gonna be having a whole conversation about Kandi, even if you're not saying her name. Anyway. Carlos asked, which in my opinion, the interview was just as messy as I expected. I felt like he was asking long-winded questions that could have caused Coko to be extra shady, but she was not. Okay. Now Coko brings up what I forgot what his first question was, but Coko said how the idea was presented to SWV as this show will be a co-headlining collaborative show, kind of how Versus was, but then things went wrong. Okay, the show was supposed to be a behind the scenes look at them working on building up a show. Okay, so showing them getting ready for a performance show. Okay, that was what it was supposed to be. That is what Mona Scott Young pitched them. Now Mona Scott Young got Mona, bitch. Mona, who was from Love and Hip Hop. She said, okay, it will show the work that goes on behind the scenes, trying to do a tour and do a show, the decisions that have to be made, the conversations that have to be had, and stuff like that. But my point was, I know the show was pitched as it can be like Versus, but I feel like that's an idea that someone had. And I still wonder if that same idea was pitched to everyone and if there was a clear consensus on what that was. Also, the fact that she said the show was supposed to be a behind the scenes look at them work on the show. So why get and about the decisions they have made? Why get upset where someone asks a question? Anyway, Carlson asked if she thinks people's egos causes the fighting within girl groups, and that's why girl groups break up. Coko, first of all, was like, huh? Because he had worded it completely different. I had to put it in real words because what he said, even I had to rewatch about 8 times. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Carlos, are you drunk or high? You took an edible? Okay. But when he reworded it, just asking about how if egos got involved, and if egos got involved, and that's why the series is about co-headlining. Again, Kandi is the one who asked the question. On any other interview that Carlos has done, he say the person name he's referring to. But to keep, in my opinion, using the word if egos got involved, you talking about Kandi. You hear me? You talking about Kandi. But again, ask if egos got involved, and that's why the series is about co-headlining. And in my opinion, the series is not about co-headlining. It isn't. That was one episode, one conversation out of 6 episodes. The show, to me, is not about co-headlining. It's not about them just doing the show. They've agreed to co-headline, but I'm like, are you watching the show, Carlos? No, maybe so. Who cares? Okay. Now, Coko says for SWV, it was never about the egos on their part. And I'm like, I don't think it's about anyone's ego. I don't. And I don't like the narrative that when a woman, and that be Kandi, that could be Coko, that could be whoever, but when a woman wants to be big boss and have a conversation, oh, that's someone's ego. If someone feel like, what I'm saying, I want to be proud of my group and state what I feel like we deserve, as SWV has done too, that's ego. I am a firm believer in me bigging myself up is not shade or to anybody else. Me supporting myself, me wanting me to be the best me I can be in the army, don't have nothing to do with you. And me appreciating what me and my group mates have built don't have shit to do with you and your group mates. Because me saying we built this up don't mean you ain't did shit. It just means this is what we bring to the table and what we think. What do you think about you and your group? Let's have a conversation. And sometimes people can say stuff to be degrading, and we know that, but I still don't feel like it was meant to be degrading. Now, continually saying, I sold 30 million records, bitch, that's degrading. That's like a YouTuber who has a million of subscribers saying to me, I got 100 million. That would be shady. Well, bitch, I don't care. I got 36 too. You know what I'm saying? But me saying I have 36,200 and something subscribers don't mean I'm shading anybody who only got 10,000. What I'm saying is I've built my brand up to have 36,200 and some subscribers, and I feel like I may want to do this. What do you feel? How do you think? Let's talk. But I'm leave that be. Again, Coko said it wasn't about egos on their parts, but she was saying that because Carlos brought up egos. Coko didn't bring it up, Carlos did. She said, if we're doing the equal work, if we are doing the equal work, both on stage at the same time, why can't we do a co-headline? Okay, but if y'all gonna do y'all show and we're gonna do our show and it's not, collaborative, and I get it. That's something different, okay? But we were told it would be an integrated show. They keep bringing up I think it's 112. Is it 112 and Jagged Edge? I don't know, with two male groups who have an integrated show to where they're both on stage at the same time and all of that. I'm like, y'all haven't done anything yet though. I still think when that tour happened with them or whatever, they had to still plan it out. Just saying. Carlos then asked about Tiny saying due to social media, due to the social media following and TV status, okay, that was another reason why they felt like they should headline. And I'm paraphrasing that. But Tiny did say that on the episode. She also said it on social media. But Tiny ain't getting that much hate and heat as Kandi. And I do feel like it's a catch-22. I feel like both groups have hits and have fans, but I also can't ignore that in 2023, promoters and producers and people look at a person's social media following because it's more promotion for whatever's going on. So I think to try to act like someone's social media following doesn't matter is complete bullshit. Because people want to be on platforms, or people want people, promoting or working with them because a lot of folks can see that. I feel like if Carlos King was a nobody producer that no one knew, he would not be able to book people to do interviews with him or get on his shows. He's built himself up to be Carlos King. We didn't know who he was when he was on Housewives of Atlanta as a producer. No one knew who Carlos was. He built himself up to be Carlos King. He now was able to get a couple more shows based on the success of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Also of R&B Divas or whatever. But I'm saying right now, Love and Marriage Huntsville is his most popular show. So because of his social media presence, the social media push of them shows, and the fact that the viewers are paying attention, he's been able to parlay that into more shows. Just saying. So why is he acting like on this music side of things, that doesn't matter? It's bullshit to me. Now, Coko said, I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, I didn't think about or know that. You know what I'm saying? People having a social media thing, like, was a big thing. Because Coko and them don't really be on social media like that. They don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't know. Okay? Coko admitted, yes, they do have a bigger social media presence. They've been on TV, so they have a following from being on TV and when it shows and their social media. However, because I did not know that was a thing, I didn't think about that, okay? But musically, I will always stand up for my group because we're them girls. And no one is negating that SWV are those girls. But at the end of the day, girl, someone has to open, someone has to close. Just have to talk, okay? But again, Carlos trying to shade Tiny of Xscape for her comment when he used social media to boost up his shows. Period. And people using social media to boost up their TV shows also do that to boost up people come and see them live here or live there. It's all a part of promotion. It's all a part of networking. And that is how things are done these days. Okay. Carlton asked Coko, was she trying not to go back to the old Coko? Because the old Coko can get down. She be fighting. Okay. And she said, well, the old Coko would have been arguing every week. Every time. The whole time. I would have been consistently arguing. But I don't want to do all that. That gets tiring. Okay. But I thought the idea of this show and the tour in the show was amazing. I think everyone keeps saying the idea is amazing. It really, 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 really is. However, I'm chilling. I was not trying to be the old Coko. I was also medicated back then or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And she laughed about being medicated. But, she's been diagnosed with bipolar depression. So I think she just means that I was under the right influence to not be flipping out, because the old Coko maybe would not have been in control of her emotions. Okay. But she's like, look, at the end of the day, we just wanted what we deserved. And I mean, again, no one wants to take anything away from Coko, Taj, and Lily of SW to the V. Okay. Carlos then asks if the egos in Xscape is the reason they keep having issues. Because that is what people have been saying. Who is people, Carlos? Who is people? I feel like anyone making it seem as if over the years some groups don't have issues. And we have to also remember Xscape broke up for a long time and came back together and had been working fine. It was no big issue. This is the first time we're seeing a really, 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 really big issue. Mainly because Tamika and Tasha is fussing and Kandi's over it. But for him to ask if the egos in Xscape is the reason they keep having issues, I feel like I don't even think that Tasha has an ego. I think Tasha is delusional. I think we all now see the issue has been Tasha. But I don't really believe it's her ego a little bit or whatever. But Tasha has a delusional sense of I'm the voice, because folks have convinced her of that. I think the fact that Coko is her good friend and is also someone who has left the group high and dry, they have encouraged Tasha's bullshit thoughts. Okay? But Coko had a great response, because that could have been a messy response. Hell yeah, they got egos, and they ain't gonna be shit, okay? But Coko said, look, I don't know if it's even egos, okay? They have known each other since they were kids. So a lot of it seems to stem back from back then. They do have issues, they have to work out, but it's not our problem. Because SWV, we have our own issues, and that's a thing too. People want to act like, oh my God, SW to the V don't have no issues, they don't fight no more. I'm like, no, they probably just don't air it, because we ain't seen them on TV in a long time. The last time we did see them, it wasn't on that well. You know what I'm saying? So to make it seem as if we have consistently seen or heard of these issues with Xscape is not really true. But I like Coko saying, I don't think it's egos. You have 4 women who have known each other since high school, okay, or close, I don't know, forever. You know what I'm saying? For over 30 years. I'm fucking 41. So, I think they may be in their 40s, but again, they have known each other since they were teenagers. It has been years of shit with them as kids who grew up together. I like her acknowledging, hey, they have things working on. It seems like it's, old stuff or whatever, but we have our issues too. Again, Carlos wanted her to say, ain't gonna be shit. Ain't gonna be shit. Anyway, Carlos then asked, I have learned through my study of R&B music and groups that many of the people over the years cross paths. Meaning, SWV will cross paths with TLC, or New Edition will cross paths with what I don't know, Tyrese, I don't know. But saying that groups, singers in the same music genre run across each other over the years. He said, were you always aware of the drama happening? And I was like, nigga, what kind of, and Coko looked shocked at like, nigga, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? I was like, right, what the fuck you mean, Carlos? What do you mean? Okay. Why ask someone who keeps saying, I don't think it's egos, I don't know, they have things they need to work out, we have our own issues? Why would your next question be, you know, were you always aware of the drama happening in this game? I was like, Carlos, was you? Because you used to be cool with kids. Carlos rented a space, or he was working out of an office space in Kandi's studio at the Candy Factory. He had an office space there. You worked with Todd. Again, Xscape broke up years ago. Why is he having this narrative of a conversation with Coko and asking her all these questions about Xscape? Why are you not asking her about her group and their dynamic and their old feuds, their old drama, where they are now? The fact that this whole video that was 54 minutes, 44 minutes, at least 40 minutes was about Xscape. Not when they said Taj was around here saying she was out here working for $9 because Coko asked one to go solo. Not Lily, who recently brought up how she was around here sleeping in car. You didn't want to ask Coko when Lily was sleeping in the car. Did you know? Did you know that Lily was around here sleeping in her car and driving around all night because she wanted to get ready? Did you ask her any of that? Nothing, but you want to ask Coko all about it. That's why I said it was shady and messy as fuck. And Coko could have easily ran with it and was messy right along with them, but she kept it real clean, real adult, like real respectful, just real mature. Like, I don't want to be in the shit. And when Coko was saying that, I live a regular life. I be chilling. I don't be in the mess. I'm older now. I fully feel like it's you. Now, don't get me wrong, because Coko been saying some shady ass shit in them confessionals. But I feel like in this interview, she wasn't feeding into the bullshit of it all. Because again, you asked Coko, and she always was aware of the drama in Xscape. But we've heard drama about her own group. You had the chance to interview Coko, and your main concern is Xscape because you can't talk to Kandi. So again, Coko looked shocked, like, oh, what? She said, no. I learned about the drama on the show. Look, Coko said, I did not care that much because SWV had major issues in our own group. We've heard about the major issues with SWV back in the 90s. So why ask Coko about Xscape and not ask Coko about the drama within SWV? She said, I did not have time to care about any other group issues because we had our own major issues too. And they've talked about that before too, girl. Then Carlos messy as King say, did you feel bamboozled with the intention of the show? Did you feel bamboozled about them getting you? I was like, not bamboozled. Not who tricked you? Mona, bitch. Was it who? Carlos, who? Coko, like, look, you know what I'm saying? Should I feel like I wasn't bamboozled because, I know drama happened on the show. And I think that's something too. Every show has a bit of drama. And you already know that's what it's going to be. So I like her. So I just felt like I wasn't bamboozled because I know these shows have drama. But what I don't like that I'm going through and I didn't expect was me waking up to the blog every Monday morning, and it's a different person. It's a different person coming for me. So her issue is she don't like the social media shit that comes with being on a show. I think back when they did shows or whatever, and that wasn't that many years ago, but it was a time before. It was maybe 5 or 6 years ago. Social media has fully changed how people respond. So her saying, I get up Monday morning, hell, probably Sunday night, and the blogs and the commenters and all this and all that, they're coming for me because people feel some kind of way. in the comment. And I'm pretty sure each person getting that, not just Coko, Taj, Lily, Kandi. We know Tasha ass catching, okay? And we know Tamika, you know what I'm saying? All of them are catching it. I think Tiny and Kandi made this be more well versed in handling it because they've done it before, especially Kandi. Because you know what I'm saying? They're used to it. So she was like, I just felt like I just didn't expect that. You know what I'm saying? They be on social media just fussing with us. And this is the thing. You have to learn to just not engage. Just not engage. And we know now that you can, at least on IG, I don't know if you don't do it on Twitter, but you can block folks from adding you. Because she said a lot of people was adding her or whatever, and she just stopped that. So that way they can't directly, you know what I'm saying, at her about whatever their comment is. But also you just can't fuck with fans. You can't. It will drive you crazy. Now I was looking because Coko said she's not on Twitter, and I don't think she posts much on her IG at all. But I feel like talk about Lily's thing because Lily was around here, honey, seriously commenting all over Twitter. And when Coko said she just felt like she wished Lily, you know what I'm saying, people would leave them be. You know what I'm saying? But if you see, like she's replying to different people who saying stuff to her, and I feel like, girl, stop. Girl, stop. Because people will just stalk you and say stupid stuff or whatever. And then if you get caught up in it, you will fully be going crazy. Because you feel like you have to argue with people and you don't have to. So I feel like Lily may not, realize, girl, fuck them people. Let them say what the fuck them people. Fuck them people. Because Twitter trolls are aggravating, completely aggravating. And I'm like, she may not realize that, and she may be back and forth or whatever. So I just feel like I want her to not feed into it. Because Coko point was, this the bad part. The bad part is just having to be in the blogs, and then because people will then do stories like it or whatever, it gets messy. So I like her saying I was not bamboozled, but I did not expect all this social media stuff. And she had mentioned how, personal things had been released. And I said, girl, what happened? So he asked her, what personal info had been released? She said, well, I like how people brought up how much money we make, how much we get paid, us not splitting things 50-50, well, splitting things evenly, whatever. How Coko gets more while Lily and Todd have to split the difference. She said, we're not putting out people's personal business, you know what I'm saying, and throwing personal jabs. I was like, look, that's the hard part with social media. She says that we do split things equally, but there's no one's business. I said, well, first of all, Coko, your group mates said in the past, y'all did not split things evenly. How you got a bigger percentage because you were the voice. Now, granted, that was years ago when y'all were a group, initially, but that came from your group mates. It was also, that was on Unsung. So I feel like it wasn't as, I don't think anybody, first of all, you should never believe what Google say somebody make. Just don't, okay? Also, even when Kandi said how the groups make different amount of money, she never gave an amount. So again, SWV could making $100,000 per person. But if Kandi numbers making more than that, it is because no one knows how much anybody makes within the groups. Okay, but I feel like we not gonna act like Coko. Your group mates didn't say stuff was not split evenly before. It may be split evenly now, but we've heard the arguments and the back and forth from before of things not being so even. So girl, the internet will always remember. It will put the same way Kandi put up a clip of them saying it on Unsung. Coko got a higher percentage of the royalties, more than her group mates, because she was the voice, the singer. But again, I want folk to leave people alone. Do not go in the comment section talking cash shit. That's rude. Leave Coko and them alone. They're legends. And I feel like some folk think we forgot that. I ain't forgot that. I know love will be right here. And to not have no fear. Because love will be right here. Okay? I know that. I know that. I know that I'm so into you. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Because boy, you got me so confused. I don't know. I know all of that. Okay. So I might leave them legends be. Okay. I also feel like if the social media did not drag this shit out so much, it would not be that big of an issue. It's gotten worse because of the fans. Okay. That's why it's worse. Anyway, Carlos asked, what did she feel about Lily fussing with Akbar on Twitter? Again, let me bring up Kandi cousin, but not Kandi. And not mention that Akbar V is Kandi cousin. Okay. Now, Coko said, like, I don't know why she was fussing with her. I don't know why. Okay. It was no point in doing that. It's like Lily is usually the one who's chill. They think, that she don't do much. Okay. But she been active on Twitter these days. Okay. She said, we told her, like, look, people will think and say what they want. She said, but for me, I refuse to fuss with people I don't know. I refuse to defend myself to people I don't know. That's what she brought up, how she doesn't allow folks to at her. Because I'm not going to fuss with somebody who I don't know. Meaning, only the people I know can at me. If you don't know me, you can't at me. I'm a girl. Let it be known, okay? Carlos goes on to bring up, I can't believe anyone wants a headline. Okay, I can't believe someone will bring that up. Okay, that's like he said that's like Erykah Badu and Jill Scott on tour, and one of them wants the headline. I said, well, first of all, one of them might want to. You know what I'm saying? And if one of them did, I'm sure a conversation will be had about it, and they might decide to co-headline, or they might decide, you know what I'm saying, well, Jill, you can, or every, you know what I'm saying, I don't know. Those are also two legends. Okay, both amazingly in our community. You know what I'm saying? If one of them wanted to headline, a conversation could be had about, hey, I want to have a tour. I want to head on a tour. You want to come with me? Sure. Because SWV have said clearly we do not mind co-headlining or being an opening act. They've said that. So what the fuck are they? Carlos is being messy because Kandi was the one who said, hey, we want top billing based on what we built ourselves up to be as a group in this dancery. That's the issue, because Kandi was the one who, brought it up. That's what's crazy to me, in my opinion. That's what pisses me off. Because why is that? Because Kandi suggested it. Oh, then it's horrible. I can't believe. I was like, man, cut it out. Leave it be. Just stop. Okay, we know Carlos don't want to say Kandi name, and I don't know why, because I don't. Anyway, stop. He said, looking at the billboard, y'all have bigger hits. So Xscape saying y'all have bigger hits, but they want the headline. It's crazy. Okay, what about the stud and female empowerment? Why not have common ground? I was like, see, miss me with the women have to be friendly in business. Miss me with the, don't you want to be friendly? No, I want my money. I want to be about my money. What's wrong with me being about my money? Let's stop making it seem as if we can't be about the money. Okay? That's why he gets on my damn nerves. Gets on my damn nerves. Anyway, Coko agrees for the most part. About work being being a sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't matter who headlines because we on TV, and you know what I'm saying. I know Tasha already, and she said I know Tasha already, and I was ready to make new friends with the rest of Xscape because I'm only friends with Tasha, but that ain't happening. Okay. Um, I feel like we kind of knew that. I won't say we knew. I assumed based on how often Tasha brings up how much I talked to Coko, so I assumed they was cool, outside the show. But she said, "Yeah, I believe in sisterhood or whatever." I'm saying, it should not matter who headlines or whatever. I'm saying because I was already cool with Tasha. She also thought it wasn't a big deal or whatever. But I was coming to the show to build a sisterhood, to build a friendship, to find common ground with women I did not really know like that or whatever. And then that didn't happen. Okay. So Carlos then asked, "Well, why aren't you friends with the other women in Xscape?" And she said, "Well, I was friends with Tasha before the show. Tasha was the one who convinced me to do the verses. Me and Tasha clicked over the years because we both went through the same thing of people." She said, "Me and Tasha went through the same thing of people who did not like us, and they would band together because they did not like us." I said, "What? Not the two people who left to go solo from their group saying people didn't like them and so they banded together." I was like, girl, girl. But I think folks have said too, Coko and Tasha are kind of like the same person. I'm just saying, okay. But she also brought up how another reason she did not become friendly with the ladies is because like we weren't around each other much. I didn't film with them that much, whatever. It's like I did not even film that much with Tasha. So the fact of the matter is, each group kind of filmed on their own. They weren't really filmed that much together, this whole time. So at a point like I didn't really have a chance to build those bonds because we wasn't really filming together. Okay. Carlos then say Tasha was made out to be the villain of the show. Okay. That she's also accused of stealing that money. You know her. You know her. How is she doing? I'm like, her sister knows her. You didn't want to interview Tasha? Tamika. Her sister knows her. Anyway, Coko see how she's doing the best she can under the circumstances. I'm saying with everything going on, she's dealing with it, whatever. But she is bothered by things right now. But I try to just uplift her, be a friend because she does not need any more enemies right now. Okay. She also later brings up how that because Carlos was trying to ask her about stuff with her and with Tamika and Tasha, and I respected her saying, they're sisters, they're blood sisters, so nobody should really get involved in that like that or whatever. Let them handle that. I'm saying, just stay out of it, okay? I know Tamika. I love her voice. She's always been my favorite voice in the group, and I hope they can fix it. Again, Carlos is messy. The fact is, we believe she's stealing that money. We believe we're stealing that money. And even if Coko point was, I don't know what the fuck happened, but I know they're sisters. So I'm not finna add fuel to the fire with an opinion because I feel like if I do, the blood on the door won't stop the drama coming through. You hear me? Carlson asked her, could there be a tour? Could there still be a tour with Xscape and SWV? I truly feel like if it was a 3-on-3 tour, it would work. I think they should do a tour without Tasha. Maybe like a 6-city tour, a 10-city tour. I don't know. Both groups, have tours coming up this summer. I've seen the Xscape 3, just for the three of them, posting of their shows. They had some shows in April and then some shows in June. And I know Kandi is shooting the Shy still, so who knows, how her schedule will be. But in Xscape, I'm not Xscape. FWV has a great tour coming up this summer that they have not announced who the tour is with. It's with another group. It's supposedly, whatever. But Coko, like, I don't know. I don't know if it could be a tour with us, meaning Xscape and them. It was a great idea, with all the disrespect on social media. I don't know, because it's all stupid arguments. Now, I sometimes don't know if Coko was trying to be shady, as if Xscape is being disrespectful on social media, or she feels like social media in general is being disrespectful to them. Because I still don't feel like Xscape was disrespectful or any more disrespectful in what they said in their confessionals or on social media than what FWV has said about Xscape in their confessionals and in their social media posts. I think both of them have thrown shade at each other, but it ain't too deep, Just saying. She says, I hate arguing online with people who got my number. Okay, I don't like that. But my thought was, if you're saying you're not friends with anyone except Tasha, why would I call you? We ain't friends. Even if I have your number, clearly we don't talk. And girl, Carlos, old messy ass, that's how they do me, child, and they laugh. Now we know that's because he talking about Kandi, you know what I'm saying, who answered the question about why her Carlos reached out. Now I want to make something clear too. Kandi was asked a question and she responded. What she said was not something Carlos was not aware of, because Kandi said he is aware it pissed me off. So I think the only time, because Carlos went on to say, how you saying, well, they do this to me too, meaning folk will go online and say shit, who got my number won't call me. He said, I will never reply to anyone on social media who has my number. Okay, I won't address a misunderstanding we have when you go to the press about it. I don't get why anyone does that. I want to reiterate. Kandi made it clear Carlos knew why they were not cool no more. I think the only time what Carlos says makes sense is if I'm going to the press about it and me and you ain't talk about it at all. If you know why I'm pissed off, and someone and whatever happened. If someone asks me about it, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say why I'm mad. But you already know. So him saying he won't address anybody or any misunderstanding on social media because people had his number is bullshit to me. Because Kandi did not go somewhere and say, "Hey, let me tell you." Someone asked her, "Hey, why ain't you on Carlos cool no more?" Because we noticed the shit. Like, it was noticeable. And people asked Carlos that before, and he kept it cute and left it on mute. And we're fine, whatever, because he knew he could not say. Kandi got pissed at me for this reason. He could not say the reason they were, they weren't talking. But Candy's about, you asked me, I'm gonna tell you, because Carlos knows. So I feel like that's a cop out, Carlos, to make it seem that I won't ever do that, because you can't with this situation. Because we've heard Carlos bring up other stuff in situations of why him or somebody, maybe at odds or whatever. So miss me with the bullshit. Because he then said, you know what? He said, I think people need the audience, but I won't join the circus. I said, girl, Carlos, you full of shit. Your whole shit is a circus that we all watch, by the way. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying we don't watch it, but to make it seem like you don't want to be down with the bullshit when you be down with the bullshit. You be down with the mess. Okay? Carlson asked Coko if Xscape, again, I told y'all his whole shit was about Xscape. He then say, well, can Xscape make it as a trio? I say, nigga, why not? They've been performing. Xscape with the three performed fine when Kandi did not want to do music. And they was Xscape 3 and they had new music no one bought. Okay? And now that Tasha don't want to do the group and they're performing the group's old songs that are going as regular Xscape, they've been touring since last year. They can clearly do it. Coko said, you know what, Tamika is covering Tamika is covering Tasha's parts. So, you know, they'll be fine, but people are going to miss Tasha. Like, people really love the, you know, original groups. They want it and they think it's better when all members are there. And look, why I understand that. Are we forgetting that In Vogue used to be 4 people? And that Dawn left? And at first, folks were upset. But In Vogue continued on as a trio. Are we forgetting that New Edition was cool without Bobby and Ralph Tresvant brought in Johnny Gyllenhaal? New Edition, when Bobby left and they brought in Johnny Gill, you know what I'm saying? They continued on with one less member and replaced them with that. Okay? Hell, Destiny's Child was a foursome with Latavia and Latoya. They put out them two, brought in Farrah and Michelle, then dropped Farrah and continued on as a trio. So when anyone makes it seem as if original groups can't survive when they keep going as a trio, again, they not making no new songs. They're performing on their own ones. And again, Tamika can sing Tasha's part. And it's Tasha's fault that she not involved. And the fact that, again, Carlos had no opinion. He usually have all the opinions on all the housewives, all the folk, but he had not no opinion on Xscape because he couldn't. He wanted Coko to be the mess with and say shit. He then asked, you know, could there be, you know, if there was a second season, would she do it? Well, today, if you ask me today, what you did, I would say no. You know, Taj and Lily are also, you know, not on board or whatever. We're all surprised at all the stuff being tossed at us for our social media shit, okay? So no one wants to be bothered with all the extra bullshit like this. However, I would say yes if the money was right, because I'm about my money. But when Kandi is about her money, she the villain. Coko can say, I'll do a season 2 even after I sat here and complained about how much I hated the first season. I'll do it all over again for the right amount of money. Oh, so you want to negotiate more money. But when Kandi was saying, because you deserve more, and I'm not saying she don't deserve more, but when Kandi was about her money, it ain't all about the money. It's about sisterhood. Again, selective outrage. Okay? Anyway. Later on, they do get on how TLC and In Vogue are on tour right now. Coko says how, again, they will open up for either group because they're huge. You know, that they don't mind being opening acts. Oh, really? Then what was the big issue? You know? Carlos message pisses me off. That's the bottom line, okay? But again, I respect Coko for just not feeding into the bullshit. Because again, as I said, I think I said earlier, how when Tamar put up that picture of, you know, her with SWV, and she posted that right after the whole debacle with her and Kandi, and then people were around here pissed off about why I posted a picture, Tamar being messy, I can't believe it, or whatever, and they were put into the mess. I feel like, you know, it's easy to not want to get involved in the bullshit. you know. So again, when Tamar posted this picture, and SWV caught a whole bunch of flack. And it was kind of crazy. They were like, "Oh, she being messy, she being petty." I can't believe that. It's easy for somebody else to pull you into they bullshit with somebody, and you don't even know. You know, you don't even know. But I'm more upset that the interview was mostly about Xscape, because Carlos is messy. And that's what it is. Anyway, y'all, that was my whole long ass recap of Carlos's interview with Coko of SWV, who we love. Okay, I don't want anyone to get it twisted. We love Xscape. We love SWV. We love them all. We don't like Tasha right now. She's on the outs, but everybody else, we pray for her. We do. Okay, but over there. Anyway, y'all, I'm done. Okay, do not forget to do a couple of things by subscribing to my channel, liking the video, sharing the video. Do not forget, I also have my Xscape review that's up. The Taj Live is up. And then Kandi Speak on It recap is up. And this was my recap of messy ass Carlos King interview with Coko of SWU to the V and stuff. Okay, I gotta go, y'all. I love you all. This will be up sometime Tuesday afternoon. I don't know what time. It's currently 3:38 in the morning. I'm about to go to bed. Bye.